Hey everyone, WindfallDrifter here, back with another animation tutorial. In the last video, I walked through my process for setting up a custom animation in Core using Ease3D. So we set up custom properties, we brought our script into the scene, and we created this animation on our cube. In today's video, we're going to look at the easing equation called bounce. We're going to see what happens when you change the easing direction of an animation. But before we take a look at that, I want to clarify something that I said in my last video. When we were talking about scaling objects using Ease3D, I said you can only scale evenly in all three axes. That's only true if you're using groups. In this animation, we're animating a cube directly, so we're able to stretch it out only in the z-axis and then shrink it in the z-axis here and scale it out in the x and y. However, if the target of your animation is a group, be it a kit bash model, multiple objects together in a single group, you're only going to be able to scale evenly in all three axes. This cube was put into a group. Nothing else was changed about the script, and you'll see when we run it, nothing happens to the scale. Everything else runs fine, but Ease3D and Core will not allow groups to be scaled non-uniformly. Just something to think about when you're going forward with your animations. Alright, so to get started, we're going to need to make sure that we have Ease3D. You can find it in community content by searching for Ease3D. There you'll also find a piece of community content that I created from my last video that has the script and the cube animation all set up in a template, so feel free to download that and check it out. Let's go ahead and start adding to our script. We know that in our reveal function, 3 lines of code we've already written get our cube to go up into the air. So let's add a task.wait before it comes back down. The duration that we put in these parentheses should match the duration of the animations above it, but we don't want this to be the full duration. Duration is going to represent the full length of our animation, so we can start with duration times 0.5 and adjust from there. Once we've made that adjustment, we can duplicate the line of code that eases the position down below our task.wait. We'll need to change the position that our cube is easing to, and we can do that by creating a new local variable in our script. This doesn't have to be an external custom property. We can simply call this target starting position, and we can say target get position. Now if we don't change anything else on this line, if we just bring down and replace position with starting position, we can press play and see how our animation runs. Cool, our cube returns to its starting position. Now we can go ahead and replace that cubic easing equation with bounce. If you remember, you can take a look at the Ease3D script, and in the README it has a list of all of the different equations. So we'll go ahead and take bounce, replace cubic here on this line, and let's run it again and see what happens. That looked a little off. Let's head over to easings.net to find out why. When we replaced cubic with bounce, we didn't change the easing direction. And if you see here, the bounce ease in out has a bounce on both the front and the back of the animation. We want the bounce to just be on the back of the animation, so we're going to switch from in out to just out. Once we go back over to our script and remove in from our easing direction, we can press play and see that our cube shoots straight up into the air and comes back down with a very satisfying bounce. I hope this video was helpful. I had a lot of fun putting this together. The bounce easing equation is one of my favorite. You can do a lot of really cool things with it, and it's really hard to hold back on some of these videos. So after I recorded this, I actually went and added a little bit more detail, a little bit more fun things to this animation. So I'm going to leave you with a few clips of that, and in my next video I'm going to be breaking down the steps that I took to take our cube animation to this.